Welcome to AdventureSphere. This channel is dedicated to missing people who are missing with a vehicle. In the process of creating this database, we are creating a volunteer sonar search and recovery dive team to search for the people featured on our channel. Our services are free of charge. We ask you to consider subscribing, watch our content, and help spread awareness of our endeavor. The National Suicide Prevention Lifeline can be reached by dialing 988 or 1-800-273-8255. Nefertiri, known as Neffie Trader, then 33, is missing from Newcastle, Delaware. Her last date of contact was Sunday, June 29th, 2014. Neffie drives a silver four-door 2000 Acura CL with Delaware license plates 404893. Authorities posted an article that said they had no strong leads, and then the next sentence states that she was abducted around 4 a.m. from her home in the first block of Freedom Trail and was seen being forced into her car. The Newcastle County Police Department is investigating. They can be reached at 302-573-2800. Her case number is 3214068949. Another database says that she was last seen outside her home in the Saddlebrook area of Newcastle off Christiana Road. A neighbor in the first block of Freedom Trail looked out the window at 4 a.m. and saw a man dragging a woman, later identified as Neffie, to a car. The witness thought the man was taking the woman to the hospital, so he didn't call the police at the time. At 6 p.m., shortly after Neffie was supposed to have returned home from work, her mother went to her home. She noticed cigarettes, coffee, and a single unopened condom on a chair on the porch. Lying on the ground in the front yard was a loaf of bread that someone stepped on. Neffie's flip-flops were next to the front door. The house was deserted, and her mother reported her missing. Neffie's family believes she left the house to get something at a nearby convenience store and was abducted from her front porch and forced into her vehicle after she arrived home. They reported her missing at 9:37 p.m. A gold alert was issued. Neffie worked at the in the housekeeping department at Christiana Hospital and was on medical leave at the time of her disappearance. She left behind 3 children. Detectives found no activity on her cell phone and no activity on her credit cards. Let's see here, Saddlebrook. Her birthday is in February. I have the date on one of the videos somewhere. Common behaviors for families of a missing person. An investigator, Mike Melson, had spoke with somebody. He's the founder and president of Trinity Search and Recovery in Temecula, California. One common reaction is the inability to move forward. Their entire life is at a standstill. After that, there's no rule book on how they're supposed to act. Neffie's family is frustrated that police aren't working hard enough to find her, especially as they see other people being found. Circumstances that surround abductions are different. Witnesses who contact police almost immediately have a higher success rate than those reported later. Time is of the essence. The neighbor who saw Neffie's abduction was Joe Robinson. By the time he walked downstairs, the car had left. Unsure if someone was sick and being taken to the hospital, he didn't call the police. His hesitation bothers him. Joe would have responded differently had he known there was something really occurring. When the abduction occurred, Neffie's children were 18, 12, and 8 years old. Their aunt took them when Neffie wasn't home. Neffie lived in her home for 10 years. Neffie's mom gets scared when she hears a body was found. She thinks it may be her daughter, and then thanks God when it isn't. Neffie's mom now suffers from lack of sleep and depression. A cousin noticed anger and frustration from Neffie's mom on social media. He especially sees it because Neffie's friends have stopped helping with fundraisers and showing up at searches. Her cousin notes more support from strangers online and thanks them for that. That cousin was J. Charles. Neffie's mom is suspicious of strangers and avoids support groups. The only person she talks to about it with it is God. Her mom thinks her car would be in the water, stating if we can find her car, we can find her. We love her, we miss her, and we just want her home. Neffie's mom, Denise, says her birthday, is February 21st, so it'll be here in a few weeks. The Newcastle County is offering $10,000 in a reward for information of traceable evidence, such as phone records and credit card bills are froze. It's just like she went off grid. The FBI is also offering $20,000 for information, so it's up to $30,000 now, I believe. I don't know if either of those rewards expired at some point. So, Neffie's cousin Corey lived with her. And then on 6abc.com, March 29, 2017, she was now presumed dead. I don't know if it happened right on the 29th or maybe a week before it or so. Let's see here. So the weather history, at 4 a.m. when she disappeared, it was 68 degrees out. There was no precipitation, and the sunrise was at 5:38. So you start seeing the twilight about an hour ahead of time. So 4 o'clock, so 4:38 was when she would start being able to see light. I don't know. I'm wondering if somebody maybe followed her home or if they were just laying in wait on the porch in a way that she couldn't see them when she was pulling up to her home. I'm also wondering, were independent cameras checked to see which way her car was traveling? If there's any area clinics or a law office or a bar and grill, a bank maybe, anything on Christiana Road that would have seen her car. And then what were her last cell phone pin coordinates in case she is at the same site as her phone and it stopped working when the vehicle entered water, if it was so, and if that is the case, and we can find the cell phone coordinates, we can sonar search that area very thoroughly and see if we can find her car. What was her favorite home-cooked meal recipe, her favorite colors, and then I also had a thought. Witnesses thought she was being taken to a hospital. Did her family hear her? Did she scream? Could she perhaps have known her abductor? The areas I would like to search would be the Delaware River and the Memorial Bridge. There's water at Christiana Road. There's the Broad Dyke Canal, Army Creek, Lion Creek. There's water near the Delaware City Refinery. That could be a really good option because if there's oils leaking out of the car and gases, it might flow into the same water at the refinery and further hide her vehicle. And then there's Smalley's Pond. If you'd like to help Neffie's family find her, please subscribe. Give the video a thumbs up and ring the notification bell to receive progress reports. I'm going to let the video play out here for 2 minutes so you can see the entire search area. If you see something I missed, please let me know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, stay safe, and remember that we love you.